Hi there. Oh, wow. You really weren't lying about your height on your profile. I feel like I need a telescope just to see your face. I'm just kidding. Oh, come on. And, have a seat. I kept it warm for you. The table. I mean, not the seat. So, I guess I didn't keep it warm, but I saved it. Yeah. Yeah. Never mind. Did you have trouble finding your way here? Yeah, I figured. A hole in the wall like Marnie's can be hard to find from the street. But I'll tell you, tastiest nachos in town. Talk about best appetizers for your buck. That might not seem like a great reason to drag you here, of all places, but just trust me, it is. I hope you don't mind, but I went ahead and ordered you a beer. You said you liked it, right? Good, I'm glad. It goes pretty well with any of the stuff on the menu. Oh, yeah. Cheers. You like it? Oh, that's good to hear. Glad to know it's made the hunt for this place worth it. I'd have offered to drive you, but it was my turn to pick up my daughter from the sitters. Oh, yeah, she's with her mom and her aunt right now. They're having a girls' night out. Or as she put it, no boys allowed, Dad, before pushing me out the door. I'd rather her do that than be upset that I'm going on a date in the first place. She's taken all of this really well, all things considered. You know, it's great that you still wanted to keep talking to me. And even come and meet me like this, knowing that I had a kid. I've had a handful of guys politely reject me in the second they find out. It's been hard enough being so short, but on top of that, hardly anyone wants to deal with the baggage of a divorced dad. Especially someone as young and as attractive as you. So, I'm really glad it's not an issue for you. That means a lot to me. No, it's all right. It's not intrusive to ask. I'd be shocked if you didn't ask what happened. I just finally admitted that I wasn't as straight as I always thought I was. Took a while to come to terms with it. I was so far back in the closet that even I didn't recognize I was hiding there. In the end, it was my ex-wife who finally got me to come out. She realized she was bi about 6 years back? Something like that. Yeah. Before we were even married. I was completely fine with that. Hell, I think I told her that I was glad that we both liked girls. We had so much in common, yada yada yada. But, I was lying. I didn't like women the way she did. I loved my wife, but more as a person than a woman, as weird as that sounds. It's like I realized I loved her more than a friend, but not as deeply as a lover. It was fine at first, but as time went on, I realized that while I found her beautiful, I just wasn't attracted to her the way she was to me. I struggled with a lot of guilt. I'd marry her because it seemed like the best option, but I didn't understand how unfair it was to us both. She's such an amazing person. When I finally cracked and I told her what I felt, she didn't even get angry at me. I think she was more relieved. I'd been closed off and distant with her, and she didn't know why, which was way harder on her because of the baby. It didn't matter if I was the perfect dad to our child when I couldn't even look at her mother in the eye or answer basic questions about my emotions. So when she finally had an answer for my behavior, it was better. Once I was honest with her and myself, we were both just... I can't explain it. Instantly lighter? Like we could breathe again because we understand each other in a way that we hadn't before. Even though we'd been married for 4 years at that point. I know she was hurt by it, but she still supported me. I knew I was just dragging us both down by staying married to her, though, so our divorce was finalized over a year ago. I'm blessed to keep her in my life. Out of all this, we still have a beautiful little girl that we're raising together, even if we're not the most traditional family. But that's enough about me gabbing about super heavy stuff. I want to hear about you. You said in your profile that you just moved out here, right? Oh, okay. 5 months? So you've had a bit of time to adjust. Not to sound weird. I know you said you came here for work, but you're, what, 28? You're in your prime. Why'd you want to move out to a fussy old suburb like this one? I mean, geez, I'm pushing 41 and this town feels like it's too old for me sometimes. I didn't even know that company had roots in such a rural area. How are you liking the job so far? It's great. I know job transition can be rough. It's really impressive to have a job title like that at your age. I'm almost jealous. I've never been super ambitious about climbing any corporate ladders. I admire people like you who do, though. I can't imagine the fortitude it takes. It might be a little selfish to say, but I'm glad you moved out here. If only so that I could get to know you. There aren't a lot of gay guys just around, you know? This is a very one stoplight per town kind of area. Has it been hard coming from the big city to work out here? Yeah. I can imagine a slower pace is probably a relief if you've been with the company for that long. Those hours sound way more reasonable than some of the other schedules I've heard about with those big-time companies. Me? Oh, yeah, I set my own hours. I work from home. Yeah, I'm an artist. What do I draw? Well, I didn't elaborate on my profile because I thought it might look embarrassing. But I guess I get out of the way on the first date in case it's something that bothers you. I do normal traditional art and illustration on the side, just as a cover, but my main job is adult-oriented, if you catch my drift. When you can draw the human body doing anything, you'll never be short for work and income. Well, you're giggling at me. That at least means you're not offended or going to storm off on me. My ex is the only one who knows besides my closest friend. It's not something I go around telling people, but it pays more than a regular 9-to-5 ever would. Yeah, because I'm good at it. I'm sorry, I get so shy talking about this. Oh, yeah. I have something I did recently. Here, let me pull it up on my phone. I'm just checking to be sure no one's looking. There's no kids around here either. So, here. They'd ask for well, you know, your typical maid costume that doesn't really hide much. That pose was actually way more difficult than I thought it would be. Most people don't think about how erotic art is actually produced. They seem to think it appears out of some dark, sinful abyss, or that they don't care either way. But in reality, People like me have to have a good handle on anatomy and perspective and just art. It's still art, even if it's not for everyone. You, you like it? I'm so flattered. I don't even know what to say. I thought for sure anyone I told would think I was a scumbag, but you appreciate the artistry? Wow. You're too good to be true. Oh, hold up. My ex is texting me. Oh, should look at that. She painted my daughter's nails. Pink, of course, her favorite color. I swear, her entire closet could pass for a Barbie's wardrobe. Makes her feel like a princess. The other day, she came down to breakfast wearing a tiara and this giant pink ball gown. She hadn't buttoned it properly, but that didn't stop little Miss Sass from acting like a queen all through breakfast. Oh, I wish I had a picture of it. It's the most monstrously pink and glittery thing you could ever imagine. Her aunt got it for her birthday recently. I think it was her favorite gift of that day, given that she refused to take it off even during bedtime. That was a not so fun episode of parenting. I had to bribe her with her favorite nightgown with kitty faces on it. Yeah, she just turned 5. God, was it really only a couple months ago? Seems like just yesterday she was a newborn, being swaddled and burped and all that. She was so small. She couldn't even wrap her tiny fingers around my thumb. Now suddenly she's grown enough to boss me around. Next thing I'll know, she'll be driving a car, then dating, then... Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to dump all my emotional sappiness onto you on the first date. No, you don't have to lie. I know I'm not, I guess, young and hip, going on and on about my daughter growing up too fast and all. You're not lying, huh? You really like hearing me talk about all that. Well, alright, if you say so. Again, I haven't dated since my wife, so I'm flying a bit blind here. I don't know if talking about my unorthodox art and my ex, my daughter, all in under an hour is a turnoff. You think I'm being too hard on myself? Insecure? Huh. Yeah, I guess I am. You're right. That is what dating's all about. Getting to know each other. A handsome young man. Probably done this more than me. Oh? You got sick of all the guys your age? Well, I can't promise that I'm as mature as you're expecting. Older doesn't always mean more mature, but I hope that the more we see each other, the more you can find out if I'm, well, someone you're looking for. You're the first guy I've ever gone on a date with, but you seem nice. You're polite, you're sweet, you're very pretty. I'm really glad you're interested in me. You might have to take the wheel a bit, though, since you've dated more than I have. Oh, I said take the wheel, not take my hand, but, wow. For such a big, strong guy, your grip is really gentle. I've never held another man's hand before. My God, does it feel right. I haven't held anyone's hand in a while, besides my daughter's. And then it's more like trying to keep her from running into traffic with a death grip. But this is really nice. Ugh, I'm blathering again. I'm sorry. It's just... Okay. Yeah, I'll stop apologizing. Then, really though, thank you. So much.